All right.
Two
We got
favorite
a lot
gigglers
of stuff.
are back, and we got a lot of good
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Your favorite giggle squad is
Yeah, we
here.
really are the giggle squad today. I eat so much fun stuff. That's why.
We have a lot. I was like, oh, there's
We
so
had
many
a
good
delivery.
releases for June 1st, and then I picked a bunch, and then I added more.
The way that we assault the poor UPS guy when he comes in with the UPS with our boxes, it's like
He was so nice, and he
he's
actually
so
brought
sweet.
them to the back
Yeah,
table
yeah.
because of closings and everything.
But it's
he's
always
just
like-
been leaving them,
we're
so
like-
that he brought them in, and we're like, oh my god, we're so happy to
Yeah.
see you, with little goo goo eyes,
Yeah.
and it's not for him, it's for the boxes. that
Sorry,
he's-
Mr. UPS guy, but it's for the boxes.
Sorry, buddy. We appreciate
Yeah.
everything you do for us, but
You're awesome.
it's the boxes
Yeah.
that we love.
Yep. So true.
Sorry. All right.
Oh, this first one you have on top. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, this one sounds so
get outta
like
here,
so much
it's great.
fun. This is by Beth O'Leary. It is called The Road Trip. I actually cannot wait to read this. And the tagline is, "This is going to be one bumpy ride."
Yeah.
Two exes reach a new level of awkward when forced to take a road trip together in this endearing and humorous novel. 4 years ago, Dylan and Addie fell in love under the Provence sun. Wealthy Oxford student Dylan was staying at his friend Sherry's enormous French villa. So fancy.
I know. I don't have
And
a friend.
why-
Do you have a friend with a French villa?
No.
Why don't we have friends with French villas? I don't
Anybody
understand.
out there want to help us out?
Maybe if we went to Oxford. I don't know.
Wild child Addie was spending her summer as the on-site caretaker. 2 years ago, their relationship officially ended and they haven't spoken since. Today, their lives collide again. It is the day before Cherry's wedding, and Addie and Dylan crash cars at the start of the journey there. The car Dylan was driving is wrecked, and the wedding is in rural Scotland. He'll never get there on time by public transport. So, along with Dylan's best friend, Addie's sister, and a random guy on Facebook who needed a ride, they squeeze into a space-challenged Mini and set off across Britain. Cramped into the same space, Dylan and Addie are forced to confront the choices they made that tore them apart, and ask themselves whether that final decision was the right one after all. It sounds like so
It sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
But also, it's like a journey. It's a
Yeah.
trip. There are different places
Love a road
to
trip.
explore, right? And
Yeah.
I love that it's not an American road trip.
Exactly.
I love that.
I need an
That's
escape
exciting.
to
That's
Scottish-
exciting for us.
The
Yeah.
Scottish countryside.
A little
in
getaway.
Mini, even in a Coupe Mini, it would be fine. I'd be okay.
We don't
with
get to get away to such nice, fancy places.
that. Again,
so-
maybe if we went to Oxford.
Well,
I'm glad you did that one first because I was so excited about that one.
this is a big, very popular one. This is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A lot of people are waiting for this one.
Oh, so we can't put it on our beach reads display?
No.
It looks like a beachy one.
Let's see, Malibu August 1983. It is the day, which by the way, nowadays the kids call this historical fiction.
Stop it.
Yeah, things
I was
that
going
take
to say,
place.
83 was a good year.
There are some things in the teen room that take place in the 90s that's classified as historical fiction. Just, oh my
Say it
gosh,
ain't
just
so.
twist the knife into
Yeah.
my heart.
Say it
Oh
don't-
my
say it ain't
goodness.
so. Reading with Jenna. Okay, this looks good.
It's the day of Nina Riva's annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at a fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivas. Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud, won a championship surfer. Ooh, la-di-da. A championship surfer, and the other a renowned photographer, and their adored baby sister Kit. Together, the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the offspring of the legendary singer Mick Riva. Ooh.
Do you surf?
Oh, God, I don't even go in the ocean, please.
I'm scared of sharks. Grew up at the shore.
I
Get in
can't- I
there.
don't
My kids
swim.
can surf though, so you know
No,
that's
no,
they
I'm not
vicariously
into the
surf for
ocean.
me. Yeah. No.
The only person not looking forward to the party of the year is Nina herself, who never wanted to be the center of attention, and who has also just been very publicly abandoned by her pro tennis player husband. Ugh. Oh, and maybe Hud, because it is long past time for him to confess something to the brother from whom he's been inseparable since birth. Ooh, secrets. Jay, on the other hand, is counting the minutes until nightfall when the girl he can't stop thinking about promised she'll be there. Uh-oh. And Kit has a couple secrets of her own, including a guest she invited without consulting anyone. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Riva mansion will have gone up in flames. But before that first spark in the early hours before dawn, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the loves and secrets that shaped this family's generations will all come rising to the surface.
Ooh.
Malibu Rising is a story about one unforgettable night in the life of a family, the night they each have to choose what they will keep from the people who made them and what they will leave behind. So this one's getting a lot of buzz. It sounds wild. I actually might want to read this. Yeah.
A little wild.
This one, I love the ladies with their tea. It's like us.
Yes,
we're
that is
serving
like
up
us.
tea.
Yeah, and we're unlikely spies as well. Can't
Librarians,
keep a
unlikely spies.
secret to save my
An
life.
unlikely spy, a twisting, sophisticated World War II novel based on a true story following a spy who goes undercover as a part of M15. MI5.
Yeah, MI5, yeah.
I can never tell. Let's see.
Another Oxford degree. A lot going on at Oxford. If only we got in.
What have we done?
I don't know. We messed up.
Clearly we
If we'd
messed
gone to
up.
Oxford, our lives would be far more fascinating.
We'd be on a road trip to Scotland
and spying.
And we'd be spies.
Yep.
I mean, librarians are spies. It's fine.
What happens?
Evelyn has always been ambitious and clever. As a girl, she earned a scholarship to a prestigious academy well above her parents' means, gaining her a best friend from one of England's wealthiest families. In 1939, with an Oxford degree in hand and war looming, Evelyn finds herself recruited to an elite MI5 counterintelligence unit. Smart girl.
Kind of sounds like the Rose Code a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
A ruthless secret society seeks an alliance with Germany, and, posing as a Nazi sympathizer, Evelyn must build a case to expose their treachery. But as she is drawn deeper into layers of duplicity, perhaps of her own making, some of those closest to her become embroiled in her investigation. With Evelyn's loyalties placed under extraordinary pressure, she'll face an impossible choice: save her country or the people who love her. Her decision echoes for years after the war, impacting everyone who thought they knew the real Evelyn Varley. Beguiling and dark.
That sounds good. The cover belies that. It looks like a nice, calm, cute cover.
No, it just looks like a bunch of housewives serving up tea, you know.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like that. But it sounds good. Sounds interesting.
I know a lot of people are waiting for this. Ellen Hildebrands, Golden Girl, and yes, we have it in large print, regular print and large print. Woo.
Oh, I think, isn't this one of the authors we pulled out for the beach display? I feel like there's several books on there
I think she
that,
has,
that are beach reads. So.
We did make, when you come into the library, in the what used to be the seating area that overlooks the lake, we now made some like bookstore browsable sections. So we have some book to movie, stories about animals. The summer reading theme is Tales and Tales, Tales and Tales.
Yeah, tails like an animal. Yeah.
This is the worms.
Yeah, worms and worms. No, that's really bad.
And beach reads. So we have some really fun bookstore style displays for your browsing.
This author had some on there.
Yes, she definitely has tons on there. This one sounds really interesting. This is a nonfiction. The Confidence Men: How Two Prisoners of War Engineered the Most Remarkable Escape in History.
Where did they escape from?
I forget.
I want to read right to the end. Let's get to the end.
It's been a while since I've read this one.
Oh, I see the word Ouija board.
This is a World War I.
Ooh,
Not story, nonfiction. Imprisoned in a remote Turkish prisoner of war camp during World War I, having survived a 2-month forced march and a terrifying shootout in the desert, 2 British officers joined forces to bamboozle their iron-fisted captors. Where's the part you're looking at?
I said that part about a Ouija board. Use the Ouija board.
Oh. One of them is a trained lawyer, and the other is a brilliant magician, and they use the Ouija board
Yikes.
to build a trap for their captors that will ultimately lead them to freedom. A gripping nonfiction thriller. This is the story of a con game played for a good cause and of a profound but unlikely friendship. An Oxford-educated son.
Another Oxford. What is it with you and the Oxford education this day? I can't take it. But hey, you know what? Even Oxford apparently they like the Ouija board. So terrifying thoughts there.
This one, okay, so this book last year, Red, White, and Royal Blue, blew up. and everybody loved it. And so here's another one by the author Casey McQuiston, and it's called One Last Stop. Sometimes love stops you in your tracks.
Oh.
Or the subway tracks.
Okay. It looks good.
For cynical 23-year-old August, moving to New York City is supposed to prove her right, that things like magic and cinematic love stories don't exist, and the only smart way to go through life is alone. She can't imagine how waiting tables at a 24-hour pancake diner and moving in with too many weird roommates sounds like that is the story of New York City.
Yeah. He's got to have like 6 roommates to afford to live there.
Could possibly change that. And there's certainly no chance of her subway commute being anything more than a daily trudge through boredom and electrical failures. But then there's this gorgeous girl on the train, Jane. Dazzling, charming, mysterious, impossible Jane. Jane, with her rough edges and swoopy hair and soft smile, showing up in a leather jacket to save August's morning when she needs it most. August's subway crush becomes the best part of her day, but soon she discovers there's one big problem. Jane doesn't just look like an old school punk rocker, she's literally displaced in time from the 1970s, and August is going to have to use everything she tried to leave in her own past to help Jane. Maybe it's time to start believing in some things after all.
Wow. All right. So
I know.
time
I got
travel.
you there. I got you
Yeah,
there.
that was a that was a plot twist. Plot twist.
Twist.
Somebody's gone through time.
Yes. So it sounds very interesting. It sounds like a really nice meet cute story, which I know is really popular right now. So
Meet cute
Meet
with
cute.
time travel.
With time travel. It's just a big twist on the meet cute trope.
All right.
This one is called With Teeth by Kristen
I love the
Arnett.
cover. That just graphically is very interesting.
And I
to
actually
me.
got like a whole bunch of emails today that had this featured, so it's buzzy. This is definitely
buzzworthy. All right.
Buzzy. A harrowing story of 2 mothers, 1 difficult son, and the challenges of marriage, parenthood, and love. I'm trying to do like the Spark Notes version of this. But it's basically these 2 women who have a son who is very sullen and he doesn't really want to bond with them, so then they question their maternal instincts. And then, the one mom she just wants to have like a picture perfect family. And when her son's hostility finally spills over into physical aggression, the one woman must confront her role in the mess and the possibility that the answers may be beyond her reach. A blend of warmth and wit. A candid take on queer parenthood, a provocative portrait of the delicate fabric of family and the many ways it can be torn apart. This one is called Our Woman in Moscow by Beatrice Williams. And this is a Cold War espionage story. I won't read the whole thing, but I don't know, did I say this last time? But when I was literally like in like a webinar, one of those webinars from the book show last week, and somebody asked the editors, what's something that you don't want to see anymore? And the editor goes, I know it's really popular right now, but can we get a war other than World War II in fiction? Can we?
It's true. There have been a lot.
It's like really, really popular. It's really trending. So here's World War I. And then I have just two, not 4, for the teens today. I have a brand new Poison Ivy graphic novel comic.
Ooh.
Very exciting. Getting more superheroes. This is a DC superhero.
All right.
And by Nicola Yoon, who everybody loves, the
boy.
author of Everything. This is called Instructions for Dancing.
Didn't we just do one of her husband's books last
Yes,
week?
we did her husband's book. Yeah, the what was it? Like very computer.
Oh yeah, it was like
sciencey.
probably the opposite. It was like techie.
Yeah.
Like a techie.
And he does also have 2 young adult books, Frankly in Love, and I forget the new one that's really popular. Actually, he might have 3.
Oh, okay.
He's fast
Wow.
writer, and very popular. So is she. Let's see. Evie Thomas doesn't believe in love anymore, especially after the strangest thing occurs one otherwise ordinary afternoon. She witnesses a couple kiss and is overcome with a vision of how their romance began and how it will end.
Oh no.
That's really sad.
Oh boy.
After all, even the greatest love stories end with a broken heart eventually. As Evie tries to understand why this is happening, she finds herself at La Brea Dance Studio, learning to waltz, foxtrot, and tango with a boy named X. X is all that Evie is not, adventurous, passionate, and daring. His philosophy is to say yes to everything, including entering a ballroom dance competition with a girl he's only just met. Falling for X is definitely not what Evie had in mind. If her visions of heartbreak have taught her anything, it's that no one escapes love unscathed. But as she and X dance around and toward each other, Evie is forced to question all she thought she knew about life and love. In the end, is love worth the risk?
Wow. That's very deep for us, I feel. That's a very deep,
It gives me
like,
you
a
know,
teen
like
romance.
Save the Last Dance vibes, you know, all
Yeah.
those like ballet dance movies of the 90s, but updated and a little magical realism there, which
yeah,
I
it kind of like
love.
reminds me of that, what was it called? The Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or whatever that movie
okay,
was,
yeah.
where people like try to forget like they literally have their brains erased, and I'm like, that's kind of reminds me of that a little
Yeah.
bit, like when you can see the
And
end
her
coming.
books are always so
very
popular.
deep.
She's also really sweet. I've met her before at Book Expo. She's really sweet.
Yeah,
and
I'm
very she's like
intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
very awesome lady.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
it sounds really interesting. So that's the adult and young
Yes.
adult buzz for today.
For children, I'm going to do Alyssa's favorite
My
first.
favorite. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this book.
Are you a cheeseburger with this adorable little raccoon who's found a seed and thinks it's a cheeseburger seed, and it has just these beautiful colors. That green is like so intense and vibrant, and I love it. And the end papers are
Oh my
both
god, I never
really,
even saw
really
the back
cute.
cover
Oh yeah,
before.
oh. Look at it. The back cover. It's holding the seed, and it's got a little tush.
It's
got like a
the
little butt.
Flip, it's
Yeah.
the flip side of the
Flip
front
side.
cover.
I love that when they do the
That's
front
so
and the
cute.
back,
It's
and it's
got a
got the little
little-
butt.
Little
Yeah,
tush.
that's really cute. And this book is just basically, you know, yes, there are cheeseburgers in this book. No, you cannot eat this book. Yes, that is a seed butt on the book's cover. And no, we did not get permission to print that. So it's just one of those really fun kids books that's silly and
cheeky, but also
yeah,
just
there's a
very
message.
sweet.
Yeah,
There's a
very sweet message, and I'm all about. Sometimes you don't get what you want, but you get what you need. You know, just
Sometimes-
like that song. You know,
Yeah.
you just sometimes you get what you need. He wanted a cheeseburger, but he got a friend instead.
Yep. Sometimes the stuff that you don't ask for is the stuff that turns
Yeah,
out the best.
so I think that's a really, it's just beautiful.
love
The
the
illustrations, everything are super cute. So look for that one. My Monster and Me, a reassuring story about sharing worries. There have been more and more books coming out. Fortunately and unfortunately, I mean, kids have a lot more to be stressed about these days with COVID and school situations and everything. So, but luckily we are talking more about it, that, you know, kids do need help and support. And this book is all about, the monster is his worry and his anxiety, and it follows him everywhere, and it kind of gives him help for how to get through it. When I wanted to play with my toys, it sat on me. And I guess that is what anxiety would feel like to a child, right? Like that's just
Yeah.
very poetic.
Well, that is, you know, we talk about mental illness and we talk about like how come if you are depressed or anxious, you like can't do anything, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's not because you're lazy or because you're
Right.
too tired or you don't want to do it, you just can't.
Yeah, and so he
Aw.
talks to his grandma about it. Gran listened quietly, and suddenly my monster stopped what he was doing and listened too. So
Oh my
it's, you know, just
gosh.
about talking to somebody when you're a child and you have a scary, something upsetting to you, how you can,
Oh, this is such a
a
wonderful
loving grown-up can really help them get through that. So
That's
just a great story.
wonderful.
Got fantastic reviews. It's Penguin is the publisher, and I just love that they're coming out with stuff for children to
Yeah.
help them get through some hard times. So, oh, and it's also by
she
somebody
won-
famous.
she
Yeah,
won
she's
the
sorry, I forgot
Great
that.
British
Duh.
Baking Show.
It's Nadia. Did I say it right? Nadia Hussain. She is
Yeah.
the winner of the Great British Baking Show. Yes, I forgot to say that part. And I think she herself had struggled with anxiety, and that's why she chose
Oh
to
my
write
gosh,
about
what
it.
a
So,
great-
and she turned out to be very,
And-
obviously, a very successful chef.
And,
so,
and you know, yeah.
baker.
If you hadn't watched it already, by the end of lockdown, you should have watched every episode of Great British Baking
yeah,
Show.
and you'll probably be really hungry too. But this one I just love because it's about dogs, and you know how I feel about my dog, and also just because of our summer reading is the Tales and Tales, and it's just all about different types of, you know, it's all different illustrations, different types of dogs, and how they sometimes I'd be happy, sometimes I'd be grumpy, you know, going through feelings, and I just love the super simple illustrations are so cute, and how the dogs come in all different shapes and sizes, and you know, what would you do if you were a dog? What would it be like? They might have brothers and sisters, sure. But no matter what, if I were a dog, I'd be loved. Which I hope is always true. Right? I know, I'm gonna like get all those.
Oh no.
Just like me. So and then she realizes it's okay being a person because she is loved just like her dog would be. So yeah. It's a really sweet one.
That is sweet.
And
Nice,
beautifully
simple,
illustrated.
simple and sweet.
Yeah,
I love that.
one. Okay, so back to, well, I'll go with dogs again, since we were on dogs just now. Chris Grabenstein, a very popular children's author, has a ton of really popular books, the Mr. Lemoncello books. He's written a few books with James Patterson, smartest kid in the universe. This one is Dog Squad. Again, summer reading, dogs. I think this is perfect. Nothing's too rough for the Dog Squad. Get it? Rough. Get ready for the Dog Squad. Puppies are drowning. An evil doctor is digging up for secrets. Alien squirrels are invading Earth. This stinks of trouble. Somebody better call the Dog Squad. But what if you're not brave? What if you're a scrappy stray in search of a forever home and wishing that you could be more like the heroes on Dog Squad? I don't know what would happen. Take a bite out of the bad guys in this pawsome adventure. I love all these corny puns. This is like the corniest.
We love puns.
Yeah, and you'll be howling with laughter. Okay, it's off the leash. If I ever said that, my kids would be like, Mom, enough with the...
Calm down, Mom.
Calm down with the sayings, Mom. It's off the leash, kids. Anyway.
Dad jokes.
The mom jokes, too. Okay, so now a little more serious again. Another book on anxiety and depression, but this one for middle grade children, a little older. And it's very, it's another important topic. It says, the two most important things to know about Pluto Timony, what a name, it's a great name. She's always loved outer space, obviously, and two, her favorite season is summer, the time to go to the boardwalk, visit the planetarium, and work in her mom's pizzeria. But this summer, when Pluto's turning 13, is different. Pluto has been diagnosed with depression, and she feels like a black hole is sitting on her chest, making it hard to do anything. When Pluto's dad threatens to make her move to the city where he believes that money could help her get better, that his money could help her get better, Pluto comes up with a plan to do whatever it takes to be her old self again. So, just another story where, and again, your child doesn't have to be suffering from depression to want to read about it, because maybe they've heard about it, maybe they have a friend that's going through it, and that's the great things about books and literature, in particular for children, is that it helps them to separate a little bit from something they might be going through or a friend might be going through. They can sort of put it a little distant and read about it.
What do we say that books are not only mirrors, they're also windows that we can see into, and we can put ourselves at a distance if it makes us uncomfortable, but we can also open that window and get involved.
Yep, and that's, I think, why a book like this could be great for kids, whether they're going through it or not. It's something that they're probably interested in, probably are curious about, and I feel like that description was really great, like the feeling of the black hole in her chest, and how she seemed to have been like happy, she was a happy kid, and now all of a sudden something bad is happening to her, and it explains that it's not just like it's not like a one-time thing that happened. It's something that it's an illness that needs to be treated, and I like that. I hope that helps kids and helps parents too, that are dealing with that. We've been watching in our household the Lego Masters show, like reruns of it.
New season starts tonight.
Oh my gosh, don't tell my
ready.
husband, because he's obsessed with this show.
I'm so excited.
And so I ordered this new book called The Brick Science, STEM Tips and Tricks for Experimenting with Your Lego Bricks. Tricks and bricks, that rhymes too, that's very nice. And it just is super fun. Like, you can make a model of your tongue and label the parts that are where you would taste bitter and sweet and sour and all that. That's fun. That's fun, right?
I feel like anything with Lego is fun.
How about you build a leaf and label the parts of the leaf, right? I mean, just really fun. That's brick biology. I'm sure this is all that would make a rain gauge, using your Lego bricks. All those bricks that your kids are collecting around the house that you step on and all that, you can turn them into fun science experiments. And I thought this book was really great. I'm probably going to end up using this for the library as well. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, salt crystals on your Legos. Anyone? Yeah. It's just really fun, and I think that the kids and the parents will love that one. And last but not least, I had not heard of this before, but there's a new show out, I think it's on Netflix, yes. And it's Waffles and Mochi. And our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, is, I guess, the hostess and works on the stories and everything. And I guess it's basically a continuation of her, I guess it was Get Moving, I think was her, and the healthy lunch initiatives and stuff that she had started when she was First Lady. And so this book is really cute. It talks all about eating healthy. It's got some great, cute, colorful illustrations. And I guess that's mochi, right? Because mochi's sort of like a little food thing. Yeah. And this must be waffles. He looks like a snowman, an abominable snowman. Oh, look at that.
Little waffles. And
see,
mochi
this is
is
like,
a little mochi ball.
Yeah. And it talks all about, how to make different foods and how salt is. I think there's a little section here that explains salt. That was making food taste good, but too much salt
She
is not
goes,
good.
mean, and that means cheese.
Cheese. Yeah. So it's just all about like how certain foods are good for you, or not good for you, like in proportion. Talking about portions and watching how much salt and all that. It's a little bit of a guide for nutrition for kids. Just
Balanced meals,
super
yummy
cute.
meals.
Yeah, in the illustrations, and it goes with the show, which I unfortunately have not had a chance to see. I did just watch the new Disney Raya movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
And that was good. So, I do try to catch up on some of these children's things. Haven't seen this one yet, but I love the book. So,
yeah.
So if you're looking for that book, I have that, and that's it.
Alrighty.
I think we did good today.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
We're still not, graduates from Oxford after all of this,
No.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
okay, and I
we're
accept
okay.
that you're not either.
Okay,
I
thank you
accept
for
that
accepting me for who I am.
for you, for your non-Oxfordness.
So I guess we're not
Accept
going
it.
to solve any crimes or go on a road trip, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We can read about it instead.
Yeah, exactly, which is really fun too. Almost as good.
Well,
Almost as
we
good.
don't have to spend the money to travel by
That's
reading.
true,
so.
and we don't have to be uncomfortable. Traveling can be a little uncomfortable, especially when you're like a homebody,
Yeah.
And
Or like you're
happy
sitting
to
in the car
and-
for too long,
Yeah.
you get leg cramps, and
Yep.
you need to stretch your knees.
right, or you can't find the kind of place you like to eat or whatever like that.
Or
Those are
nobody
discomforts. I'm
agrees
not
on
sure
where
I'm
they want to
happy.
stay, where they want to eat.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not always, these are things I don't always look forward to. So I'm perfectly happy to read about it instead of traveling too much. A little travel's okay.
A little
Not too
bit.
much.
Little
Not
bit.
too
But
much.
if you want to travel through books, we have these
We have a
large
lot.
stacks that are just
A
off
lot.
camera,
And
and the whole library. So
yeah.
all right.
So stop by, and we have, like I said, we have nice book displays
Yes.
for adults. We have some kids book displays
Kids book
going
displays. I just refreshed the teen book displays in the teen room.
up. And
so.
is next week we're going to
Yes,
no
next
appointments.
week we have no appointments. We have new hours that are listed on our website. So come and hang out with us.
Come look, come browse our lovely displays.
Yes. All right. We will see you all soon. Bye everyone.